Cool. So we are moving castles. We build worlds like these ones that you see behind me. And we think of this world as narrative engines. What that means is that instead of giving the players like a predefined set of actions they can do or like predefined narrative, we just put them like throw all the players in a world with a set of constrained rules and see what they come up with. And after almost 18 presentations, this might sound very familiar to what autonomous worlds are. Unfortunately, when we built this game, we built 6 of these in early 2022. We were using traditional gaming infrastructure, right? And we realized very soon that there is a limit to what you can do, right? So we wanted to build all of these games on chain. Unfortunately, also for us, we realized, okay, building games is already hard. Building a game engine to do this, it's even harder, right? We didn't know how to do that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of depressing because it looks exactly like us now, and we didn't notice that when we put it in, but now it's like, especially after this month of like working on it. Okay, yeah. So MUD allows us to basically give agency to the players without increasing our kind of iteration time to like 1 year a game, right? So let's continue, not too long. Okay, this is not a better slide. Okay, this is what GVN wanted to call the game.
Okay, we are showing a prototype today.
Yeah, yeah, we're showing a prototype.
I really wanted you to call it It Piece Arson, and so many people in the residency will agree with that.
Yeah, there was
An
a lot of
applause for It Piece Arson.
Yeah, okay. Yes, but
unfortunately, Arthur didn't. We didn't have time to build the piece function, and so obviously there was all a scheme from Arthur.
Yes,
I
made it disappear.
I will promise you will piece one day.
Okay. Okay, next slide.
Next
no, go back. Okay, so what we want to do, so 1 month ago, we started working in MUD. The goal was really to iterate as fast as possible on what are the assumptions that we have about on-chain games. As we see today, we don't really know yet. What we knew is we wanted to optimize for agency of the individual players, and we wanted to, well, you're gonna see.
Okay, so now it's the demo time.
Yeah, sure.
I am a Windows user, so excuse my slowliness in doing this.
Okay, this is what we built the last month. Yeah, and can you turn up the sound?
Okay. So this is you, Blub Gillefixer, one of like thousands of possible characters you can play. And as you can see here, you have energy. Right now, this energy is it's kind of low. Energy is your life. You reach 0, you're out of this world. We have a respawn button now, so it's easier, but you know, it's a tragic thing if it happens.
We died a lot of times while testing
You're gonna die in this world. You're not gonna piece, but you're definitely gonna die. So the first thing you wanna do in this game is survive a little bit. As you can see, oh wow, now you already survived 18 days, but yeah, the first thing you wanna do, let's try to get this energy up a bit. How do you do this? Well, you can see that there's a menu called compulsions. Compulsions are actions that our character, our programmable agents can do over and over again, as is like the Wikipedia description of compulsion, I guess. So once we open this compulsion menu, we have things that we can do, right? These are some of the first actions that we coded. For example, let's eat something. Yeah, let's eat. Let's not nibble. Let's eat something. I'm gonna start my eating, and if everything goes well, I'm eating right now.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I mean, this, 4 weeks of development, so procedural character, blah blah blah. Okay. So what you can see that now the compulsion is gonna execute over and over again, and you can see as soon as you execute again, that our energy is going up, but wait, tragedy, the sludge is going down. What is the sludge? Well, the sludge is this universal resource in this world, and most importantly, is a finite resource. Remember, this is a finite resource. It means all the players want it, not all the players gonna get it. Very important, okay? So the sludge is going down. So I'm gonna give Blubber. I'm gonna give Blubber some more things to do, and hopefully he survives until the end of the presentation. So I decide. Actually, hopefully not. So you're gonna see more. But let's crawl and then let's collect some sludge. Let's eat some sludge. And then we also have something cool, which are gates. So I can ask, well, yeah, he's gonna ask himself, am I sludge rich? If yes, then maybe I can start a fire, and then maybe I can just play a fucking instrument, why not? So I'm gonna submit the sequence, and I'm gonna start. And now, similarly to games like RimWorld or Oxygen Not Included, the character is just gonna do all these things, right? And the difference between those games, obviously, is that anybody can make permissionlessly, I would say, upload or like code any of these actions and add to it, right? As long as they respect our fundamental systems and yeah, of course, because we are two pretty dumb people, we also made this visual interface so that this doesn't turn into like a game only for developers. But yeah, let's see what's happening with Blubber. It's apparently not rich enough to start a fire, but you know, it's gonna do stuff. So this is basically the main mechanics of the game. This is all you need. You need like an environment, like a world, like some characters, some programmable agents, and resources, right? But there's more to it. So we decided as a first thing to imagine like a common goal for our players. And that goal is burn as much sludge as you can, right? That's the arson in the title. And so we thought, okay, with these entities, with these components, with this system, what can we build to optimize for that goal? And so we built something that we call senses. And again, these are things that players can add depending on the gameplay they want to have. And so, for example, if I open the soil window, I can see that this is a visualization of the world we created. And it's a sort of minimap. You're going to see it as soon as it stops moving. It's a minimap that shows me where am I. It shows some like sort of holes. Those are as you can see, just appear. These like resources that has been collected. And then I can, for example, over the mouse and see what type of soil I'm in, what type of soil I'm in, and how efficient is that for farming, right? So if I'm optimizing for collecting sludge and set it on fire, well, this is a very good way of doing it because I can be more efficient than other players. I can burn as much as I can, and I can be hopefully the winner of this game, right? And then, for example, also to help with that, we built. Unfortunately, our character is deciding not to. Is not rich enough to set up a fire, but I can. Let's try to like change it. Anyways, in the last presentation, we don't have to follow the 8 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna drain. Is drain more? Yeah, drain is more.
I think that's a very bad idea.
Okay. He's the balancing master. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you're more the monkey on the keyboard.
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm gonna collect. Is collect gonna get the job done? Okay, well, let's try.
Yeah, do collection. I mean, do more collection, and then
I do 2 collections. Never done.
Yeah,
okay.
Do 2 collections and a fire. As you see,
actually,
this is already quite engaging gameplay right here. Okay, 2 collections and a fire. I think will work.
The gate. I know it's.
Yeah. Okay, go without the gate. Just go in. Okay.
Oh, stop current sequence.
Okay.
Sequence.
Okay. Yeah.
Now it's in cooldown because obviously it has to wait for the previous thing to finish, and it's uploaded. So
yeah, maybe we should see.
I didn't mention this, but this is all in chain, by the way. So, okay, so let's see if it turns out a fire. If it doesn't matter. But anyway, we have built this interface, this kind of lens that shows us the burn time, how much time has fire burned. And this is going to be for basically like our leaderboard, right, for the first prototype. We also build actually other type of leaderboards, right? For example, maybe you want to set several goals, and maybe somebody wants to be the person who ate the most, or the person who burned the most fires, or the person who explored the most. And obviously, these are all subjective goals that the players can find from within the game and from their experience. And then, still not a fire, unfortunately. Well, you're gonna have to play this game if you want to see the fire.
We're almost there.
Well, maybe while I continue. Okay, so you see, cool. So since that happened, I will now stop this. I will play a bit of music. Is it gonna happen?
Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a beautiful serenade to. It's not very loud. Well, we push it. We show too much. Now it's starting to crack. Let's stop. Okay, so. Okay, but anyway, just to wrap it up, kind of. We still have 35 slides. So okay, to finish this, I'm gonna give up. It's too much. I'm gonna give up. But okay, so we both come from the art world, and so we thought that's it. There. So we thought, okay, can we build also something that it's not necessarily like a competition, but what we build is like the memory. And basically what it is we invited a writer that came like a couple of days here in the residency to try to take all the data that the world was outputting and building like a procedural narrative tool. Now, yeah, you can see that, well, this is a bit crude, but if as you play more and more, you would have seen like this narrative unfold and becoming more complex, right? Similar to like how games like how Dwarf Fortress, man, we have Dark Forest, Dwarf Fortress, okay, Dwarf Fortress do, right? Because again, we are very interested in seeing like this game as narrative engine and see like how players evolve the worlds themselves. So I think that's it for the demo.
Yeah, that's it.
Slide left.
Okay. So what GVN just so nicely showed to us was the kind of first prototype we built the last month. And that first prototype will be tested the first time with players on Wednesday this week towards the goal of burning as much stuff as possible, right?
This is the arsonist.
Yeah, this is the arsonist. There should be a little fire coming out from this, but the arsonist. But we think that like to really lean into the affordances of on-chain gaming and the idea of a narrative, we have a set of finite resources and we have a bunch of people burning them. There should be the ability for someone to come in, a supreme leader potentially, and solve this tragedy of the commons by creating maybe a caste system so that the resources are distributed more evenly. Then maybe, there's a DAO that says, oh, we actually have a solution for the tragedy of the commons that would distribute the sludge more evenly among the people of this world. And then there's a bard who just wants to play songs using the loops while the world burns. This is our narrative engine. And this is what we now want to really lean into, because the world we want to create, you want to have people around the same resources being able to program their agents to do different things, to dance in a corner, to fight, to do whatever these people are doing. That should all be possible.
I mean, this happened already in the streams we made, like in the first games we made, right? But now we want to push it far beyond that, and give more diversity.
Yeah, if we know our audience well enough, this is exactly the outcome that will happen. Yeah,
I mean, it's a bunch of people showing their asses.
So what we're doing now is we're 1 month in of 3 months of development before we will start a first season somewhere in the first quarter of 2023. We want to continue iterating. We want to build more visual interfaces to make sure that the agency that these games afford is not limited to developers themselves. And yeah, we look forward to, if people want to join in, build a weird governance scheme, where you sacrifice children, whatever you want to do it here. Okay.
It doesn't let me use peace, but we can sacrifice.
Okay, I'm very sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay,
I went too far on that one. I'm very sorry. Well, anything you want to do within the governance schemes should be possible. And yeah, we're looking forward to see what people create within this. Thank you.